I hope that Ray watches this back and he watched this episode tonight. And I hope he saw that Imani was right because Justine and Jack and EL and Sally plan to vote them as vulnerable from jump. We saw the conversation. We saw the conversation, y'all, right? They are only concerned with saving them four. And yeah, it's a good strategy because Ray and Imani have been a power couple several times. Great strategy, but for Ray to throw Imani under the bus not once but twice, but literally like three times, dump his ass, girl. Let's talk about it, y'all. So, Love Island Games. This is season 1, episode 17. Um, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, leave your comments down below. Um, yeah, this episode was a lot. Like, I was kind of like on the edge of my seat. I was on the edge of my couch the entire time. I honestly was because I feel like you didn't know what was going to happen. So the episode starts off with Justine and Jack. She's saying that she was nervous during his speech during the recoupling, and I don't know why you knew he was going to pick you, but okay. We see Ray telling the guys he wants to make Imani his girlfriend. So Jack asks him why, and I thought that was kind of odd. Um, why would you ask him why? I thought that was weird. I'm telling you, I don't think I like Jack. I don't. I don't think I like Jack. I'm basing it not off of his social media, not off of his season, off of what I'm seeing this particular series. I don't think I care for Jack. Um, Ray wants everybody to go up on the balcony to kind of cheer them on and celebrate. If she says yes, he asks her. Of course, she says yes. So the next morning, Ray wants to cook her like a little picnic breakfast, little cute little vibe. Johnny and EL help him. They set it up. I did laugh like super hard when they were acting as if they were them and like fitting each other and laughing. I thought that was actually hilarious. So I did laugh at that part. So Jack and Justine then decide that the only couple that they are looking out for from here on out is Sally and EL. So when you think about an alliance, yes, because I'll be happy if my friend wins, I'll be happy if I win. Perfectly fine. I have zero issue with them having an alliance. I'm going to repeat it again because somebody's going to say something completely different. I have absolutely no issue with EL and Sally being a total alliance with Justine and Jack. No issue whatsoever. But as soon as they said that, my first thought was, what about Ray? Because if I recall, and I could be wrong, I thought that Sally, Justine, and Ray made an agreement also at the beginning that they would try to get the three of them to ride this out. Justine let Jack talk her out of that very quickly and very easily. Now, is it because Ray is partnered with Imani? It could be. It probably is. She's a strong competitor. Now, Justine is saying that Imani voted for her to go home or voted her vulnerable once or twice. I don't remember which challenge it was, but I'll take her word for it. But I also want Justine to just think about if she was power couple, she would have put Imani up as well. Just want to put that out there. Johnny and Aurelia are so full of lust. Get a room. I'm sick of seeing it. So Zeta gets a text that the carnival is tonight. So they will be showing their loyalties and alliances on full display, and two couples will be going home. So we start to see strategies. Everybody is strategizing. And what it shows is that Ray and Imani don't have an alliance because you have Jack, Justine, EL, and Sally all strategizing together that they are going to save each other no matter what. Or the bombshells are in an alliance all together that they're going to save each other no matter what. You have Ray and Courtney, who really don't have an alliance, but Johnny feels he's good with everybody. And then we don't really see Callum and Deb strategizing. So while we're looking at these strategies, um, that Jack Justine, that alliance, they're saying that they want to first get out the newbies, and then they decide that Ray and Imani should be next, right? And again, that is so interesting to me how Justine keeps saying Ray is her best friend when she's not talking to Sally or Jack. We always see her with Ray. So it's so interesting how you don't want your best friend, your super close friend, to kind of get to the top 3 with you. You see what I'm saying? To me, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that you guys are so willing to get rid of Ray so quickly. Now, so then we go over to the bombshells. They're all using the common sense that they have to break up the EL Sally, Justine, and Jack alliance. That's where they're going. We see Ray and Imani strategizing. Now, we have heard, us the viewers, that Justine and Jack and Sally and EL have decided that we got to get rid of Ray and Imani. They then go on to say it was Justine. Well, we know Ray will save us, but I don't know about Imani. So my whole thing is, why didn't y'all go talk to her? Why didn't y'all say, hey, Ray, Imani, come over real quick? Just saying. So Ray and Imani are talking, and Ray is like, well, I got friends, so we got to go with my friends. And Imani is saying, I mean, let's be real, those are your friends. They don't talk to me. Imani even says in the confessional, sure, they might be willing to save Ray, but there's no sense of inclusion. And I've mentioned that before too. We don't ever see Imani talking to Justine and Sally. And I always wondered what that was about, solely because you're linked up with Ray. So I think it's odd. Um, I think it's odd that Justine and Sally have never tried, and really Justine, because she seems closer to Ray than Sally is, but I think it's odd that Justine has never once tried to befriend Imani. She's like, I'm just saying it. So Imani is telling Ray they are not going to save us because Imani is thinking with the strategy part of her brain. Ray, who keeps his head up in the clouds, no, those are my friends. They're going to save me. And Imani said point blank, I don't think they will. So we get to, before that, we see all the guys, right? The 5 OG guys all somehow come up with an alliance that it's going to be just the 5 of us. We want to try to get these other 2 couples out of here. The guys have this. We don't see Justine and Sally make any other alliance or any other promise to anybody else. So Imani is very, very cool and well within her right to feel that way. We then see Imani talking to the other new girls, not Sally and Justine, and she is telling them, I have you guys' back no matter what. And I don't think Imani should have did that, because when you fell back on your promise, it made you look sketch. It did. Courtney knew that she was flailing, and so she drug Imani down with her out of spite. And for that, girl, kick rocks. So let's get to the carnival. So there's going to be 3 carnival events. The couple that is at the bottom that loses each event is going to be vulnerable. Before we get to the events, the strategy of we're all going to go after the same 2 people, the newbies, I'm sorry, but I think it's stupid. I do. I think it is absolutely stupid to say, let's get rid of Scott and Courtney that have no chemistry, that haven't done any challenges together, that haven't had to work together. Why would y'all say get rid of them instead of keeping Callum, who you know is strong in the challenge. But okay. So we do cornhole. It starts off with everybody going for Courtney and Scott. And Courtney is pissed. Scott is taking it in stride. Courtney's pissed. Courtney is hot, right? So Zeta and Mitch were the only real ones that didn't go for Scott and Courtney. They went for Jack. Scott went for Jack and Justine. What pisses me off and irritates me about Jack is how he feels that people always have to explain why they vote for him. So Jack asks him, "Explain your vote." It's self-explanatory. And I'm glad that Scott called it out. We got to split y'all two up if anybody else is going to have a chance of winning. It has to be y'all two. And see, it's only Jack that's having this. Okay. And it's gameplay, so I get it. But it's like, Justine, you really just, you about to throw your friend under the bus for Jack. Okay. Okay. So Scott and Courtney are vulnerable, obviously. So it's funny because Johnny was very smug about it. Oh, it's nothing. It's light work. So we get to the apple bobbing. So the couple with the most apples in their bin is going to be vulnerable. Ray and Imani are not on the same page, right? Ray and Imani are not on the same page. She don't have Courtney call her out. Courtney says she's not loyal and all this other type of stuff. So Imani knows that Justine and Sally do not have her back. She knows this. Why? Because they don't talk, they don't interact. So Ray is gullible, and because Imani doesn't go after Zeta and Mitch like Ray wanted her to, or excuse me, Ray told her to, everybody is like, what the fuck? Because Imani evened it out between Zeta and Mitch, and then Johnny and Aurelia. So because Imani evened it out, Ray throws her under the bus. Well, as you can see, we weren't on the same page. I told her what to do. I was staying loyal. I was going to do this. I was going to do that. I'm loyal to my friends. You guys can trust me. But that's how Ray was doing it, which is crazy because you just asked her to be your girlfriend. You know what I mean? So I just thought that was odd. And Imani, if this is any indication of how this relationship would go, if it lasted after this, why would you trust this nigga? Like, let's be real. It's one thing for y'all to not agree, but for you to really throw her under the bus like that, this is the first time that Ray did it. So Courtney then calls out Imani and says she has no loyalty. And she was like, and you're wearing my clothes. I said, girl. So then Imani was like, okay, so what? I did what I had to do. And I think my thing is, it's weird to me how everybody else can do everything, and Imani has become like the punching bag with some of these ladies when it comes to challenges. We have seen how many ladies attack Imani, and I've already mentioned time and time before again how we always see her sitting to the side. You know what I mean? By herself. So Dab couldn't get the apples out, and it's not because she couldn't get them out. She was really throwing the challenge because Courtney was so mad at her when she was tossing all the cornholes in her thing. So she ends up forfeiting around. Mitch is mad at Callum, and Callum is like, well, I know we're best friends, but and it's like, I think this entire strategy is horrific. I think the strategy is bad because y'all aren't even going after other strong couples. And if it's just a game and it'll be okay, then why are we thinking about friendships over strategy? So Zeta and Mitch are vulnerable. Okay. So now we are down to the final challenge, which is going to be a pie board. So there's different pie boards, different cutouts. Top hole is 1, 2, 3. Whichever corresponding hole that you throw the bag through, that's how many couples you can pie. So the couple with the most pies is going to be vulnerable. Ray and Imani aren't on the same page. I'm sorry, Jack and Justine immediately pie Ray and Imani, and Justine uses the very lame excuse of, I don't know if we can trust her. And it's like she didn't put an apple in your bin and she didn't throw any cornholes in your thing, but now all of a sudden you can't trust her. When really you had every intent to, try to get Ray and Imani up out of here. So they get pied by them. IEL and Selly pies Ray and Imani. Zeta and Mitch pies Ray and Imani. Scott and Courtney pie Ray and Imani. And then they also pie Callum and Deb. Courtney was a bitch about it and like rubbed it in her face, did it hard, got it all in her hair. So Imani flicked the shit back on her, and Courtney had the nerve to get mad because it's one thing to pie somebody, and even though Justine was like, I'm so sorry I have to do this, they weren't pieing each other hard. The ladies weren't. Like Sally like lifted it in her face. Zeta did like her chin. Courtney like mushed that shit in her face. So Imani flicked it back on her. Now you dirty. I don't know who gave Courtney the audacity, the temerity, the guard, the nerve. But wow. Like I feel like Courtney showed her true colors tonight, to be honest. I feel like Courtney really showed her true colors. You are not that mad, sis. Trust me, you are not that mad. So Callum and Deb pie Johnny and Aurelia, so Ray and Imani are vulnerable. So they're all sitting around the circle. They all grab stuffed animals as like their prize, and they're all sitting around the fire pit around the circle. And Ray once again throws Imani under the bus, and he's like, "Well, I know that I have alliances, and my friends are Justine, Sally, Johnny, Jack, EL. We all agreed to stay in here to the end, so there shouldn't even be an issue tonight. I know y'all are my friends." And it's like, damn, Ray, y'all are getting saved as a couple. But in that moment, in it to me, at least to me, Ray was thinking in terms of what if they decide to just vote one, they get one guy to save, one girl to save. So Ray was politicking to save himself. Imani be damned, even though you just became her boyfriend. So they find out, was that Maya that came out? Yes, Maya comes out and she's like, two couples are going home tonight, and your stuffed animals are going to decide. Oh my God, I forgot. So Ayel tells Ray, yeah, unfortunately that promise couldn't be kept. Okay. So they're opening their stuffed animals. Whoever has the golden heart has the ability to save a couple. So Jack and Justine get the golden heart, and Justine is like fighting for, I can't do Ray, whereas Jack is like, no, we got to get rid of him because this, that, and the other, which is wild because Jack literally sat there with the other guys and said it would be the five of us till the end with the OG guys. So the fact that it's almost 1,000% evident that Ray and Imani are going home. So they come back over. Justine can't even do it. She can't look at them. Imani is just kind of like she knows what's coming. Ray is crying now because your friend just fucked you over. Your friend just fucked you over. Justine didn't try to save you. But now that's what I'm saying. I hope Ray watched this because Imani was right. They had no intent to save them. And if y'all would have sided up with the newer couples, I don't know. I just feel like Ray has a blind loyalty to them and it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. But I think this whole strategy of we want to keep our friends in, I think that's crazy. Because then it makes me wonder, why is Jack able to decide who they can keep in, who he wants to vote in, who is his friend, but Justine is so freely to get rid of, whoever. I hope that Imani breaks up with Ray. I do. Because you're not going to, one, throw me under the bus twice and basically politic and please just to save yourself at the end. But this was a really, really good episode. There was a couple more than a few, that said on Twitter that Justine don't really be for the black women. I don't watch her season, so I don't know, but she hasn't seemed exactly like a black women girls girl on this show. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Who do you guys think they're going to save? We know it's not Ray and Imani. So who do you guys think they're going to save? Do you guys think they're saving Scott and Courtney? Or do you think they are saving Zeta and Mitch? I think it's going to be Zeta and Mitch, personally. Think it's going to be Zeta and Mitch. Let me know what you guys thought. If you have not already, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.